What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another COD Vanguard video, man. Now today we're going to be talking about the AUTOMATON, whatever you want to call it. I call it the AUTOMATON, that's what I like, but we're going to be talking about it today and how it is literally the most broken gun in the game. It is the best AR, and I'm not even kidding. I'm not even being like clickbaity or anything. That is the truth. It is the best AR. I'm going to show you guys the graphs, everything, the charts, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to show you the class setup that you got to use for this weapon as well. And if you look at this gun, even in the gameplay in the background right now, just using nothing, no attachments, this thing's crazy. Like it's nasty. I'm gonna show you guys the best class setup. Let's get into it. This is the AUTOMATON. Like I said, guys, man, today we're gonna be talking about the AUTOMATON, and this class is crazy good. But before I give that to you, I want to get our attention over to the graph. Now, right quickly, make sure you drop a like. I need those likes. Punch that like button in the face, beat it up if you have to. Sub to the channel, guys, around here with those notifications turned on. And let me move my face out of the way here. So as you guys can see on screen right here, we have the actual graph. Now we have all the ARs. We got the STG, the AUTOMATON, the ITRA, the BAR, the AS44, all that stuff. And one thing I want to point out is that the fastest actual time to kill that you guys can see right here, the fastest time to kill is the Volk, but that's actually not the case. The AUTOMATON has a 360 millisecond time to kill. The Volk has a 320. The NZ41 has a 360 as well. But then we got a lot of weapons like the BAR at 450, the ITRA at 408, and the STG at 400. So those are obviously slower. The lower the number, the better. But one thing I want to point out is, let's take the AS44 for example. It has a time to kill of 325, which is better than the AUTOMATON, and that's really good. But the AUTOMATON is the only weapon throughout the board consistently kills at 360, whether it's close range, mid range, or long range. This gun is going to do that. Whereas the AS44, close range, it does 325. It does outperform the AUTOMATON, but in mid-range and long range, it does a lot worse. The time to kill gets a lot higher. The AUTOMATON, for example, does not change at all. It's the only AR that's consistently 360 across the board, and it is great. So that does make it the fastest time to killing weapon. Now, you might think other things as well, like the fire rate. It doesn't seem to be that fast, but it's shooting at 833 rounds per minute. I believe it is per minute. That's insane. The SCG shoots 233 less bullets per minute. The ITRA shoots less bullets per minute. The only one that shoots more is the AS44. Now, the AS44, like I said, the damage is 40. The AUTOMATON, the damage is 33. But because it's consistent across the board, even with that low damage, probably the lowest damage out of all the ARs, with that high fire rate and consistent time to kill, it does make it the best weapon to actually go ahead and use. Now, there's a few things I want to point out as well quickly before we get into the class setup. I'll get into that in 1 second, but the ADS speed is kind of slow. It's not the slowest, but it is kind of slow. The BAR ADS is slower, and the NZ41 ADS is slower as well, but it is kind of slow. So you got to put on attachments that focus on bringing up that speed. You also want to put on attachments that focus on giving a little bit quicker damage. Like the 33 damage is nice when paired up with the fire rate and stuff, but you really want to focus on giving it a little bit more, and you also want to focus on getting the recoil down, because the recoil, it's at 58.9, which isn't bad. It's kind of in the middle of all these weapons here, but you still want to control that and hit those shots a lot easier. So we're going to be working on the class, focusing on those three things, guys. Check it out. This is my favorite AUTOMATON class setup in the game. Alright, so let's move on to the class setup. Now, like I said, this class setup is not going to be your traditional class. It's not going to be something that's focusing on just range or something like that, because this gun already does it all. It already covers everything. We got the range on it. We got everything we possibly need on this gun. Like I said, it's consistent across the board, but I want to talk about a few things that we do need, and the first one that I believe is the most important attachment on this class is the muzzle, the recoil booster. Now, the recoil booster gives you +2 fire rate. It does take away accuracy, which means that you are going to get a little bit more bloom with this gun, but that +2 fire rate is probably the most important thing that you could actually throw on this weapon, because it is a slower firing gun. It does only have 33 damage, but with this right here, if you could shoot a lot faster, those 33 damage shots are going to be hitting the enemy a lot quicker as well, adding up to be a lot of damage. So really, honestly, recoil booster is something I would definitely think about throwing on this weapon right here. Now, the barrel is the ZAC 600mm BFA. This one right here is highly accurate and controllable, which I think by highly accurate, they mean that you're going to get at least 5 +5 in accuracy. I'm hoping at least. You also get reduced scope, sway, and gun bob. So this is going to be really nice. That's going to take away that balloon that you guys just lost. It's going to put it back down, and it's actually going to make it a lot easier on this weapon. It's really nice. It's really good, and you're going to hit those enemies at those further distances, I should say. Now, one thing I will say about this class, and you guys are going to see as the attachments go on and on, I have a feeling it's going to be pretty decent in Caldera, on Pacific Caldera for Warzone. So if you guys are playing that, you could probably use this class as well. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to be doing a lot more testing on that game, but so far, this class looks like it might be good for all ranges. Now, the optic is the G16 2.5X. This is the nicest optic in my opinion, at least for a heavier gun. It looks nice, it does the job, and it has a 2.5 times zoom, so it does do pretty well at longer distances. That's it for the optic. Now, the stock. This one here, I was kind of like debating on which one to throw on, but I ended up going with the Empress Broadsword. And now this one right here gives you +2 initial accuracy and recoil, which is nice, but it also gives you +1 ADS and +1 recoil recovery, whereas the Anastasia Padded takes away aiming stability, takes away recoil and initial accuracy and stuff. Like, it's just not worth it. And then the Zac Skeletal takes away sprint to fire 3 times and hip fire accuracy. So in my opinion, that's not worth it either. That's why I went with the Empress Broadsword. It's the nicest one. You get all that and you barely lose anything whatsoever. So it's really good to run on this gun right here. Now, the last few attachments. We got 4 attachments, and then we got the ammo type in the kit. They're pretty important as well, but you could kind of mess around with the underbarrel and probably the rear grip and still get away with this class being pretty good. If you want to use an exact attachment for attachment as the way I have it here, you guys could go ahead and do that as well. So the underbarrel is the M3 Ready grip. This, like, you could change it, like I said, definitely, but out of all the testing that I did, this was probably the best one to use. So you get +1 ADS, +1 sprint to fire, and +1 aim walking movement speed. So that speed on this class already is going up and up and up. The accuracy is pretty high on this class as well. The firepower, like I said, it's not the highest, but it's still really damn good because it's consistent. So definitely go ahead and use it. Now, the only thing that you lose on this attachment right here is recoil control. So I wouldn't mind that. I don't mind losing it. It's not the end of the world. And again, like, if you don't like this attachment, go ahead and switch it out. It's not going to make too much of a difference, but it does help, especially sprint to fire. Probably one of the most important things you could throw on a gun so you can win those gunfights when jumping around corners, sprinting around everywhere, all that kind of stuff. It's going to help you out. The magazine. This one was tricky because I wanted 50-round mags. I really did, but it takes away 5 recoil and accuracy. It takes away 3 ADS. It takes away 2 movement, and then it takes away 2 fire rate. And the only reason I put the recoil booster on my muzzle is to get that +2 fire rate. So I feel like if I put the 50-round mags on, it kind of defeats the purpose of using that muzzle. So what I went with was the actual 6.5mm Sakura 45-round mags. Now, all this does is give you 45 bullets in your mags. It does take away quite a bit. It takes away 1 ADS, it takes away 1 reload quickness, and it takes away 1 movement speed, which kind of does suck, but at the end of the day, like, it's not taking away as much as the 50-round mags, and you only lose 5 bullets in that, so really it's not that bad. It does the job. It's pretty good, and this gun drops people pretty damn fast, so even having only 45, it doesn't feel like it. Like, you're going to be dropping people like crazy. The ammo type, again, this is anything you want for the sake of the class. I put on incendiary rounds. If you want subsonic, go for it. If you want lengthened, hollow point, whatever you want, go for it. I just put incendiary for the sake of this class setup. Like I said, ammo type, not really important in my opinion. Incendiary is cool because you could lose a gunfight but still end up getting the kill, so it is kind of cool, but you don't have to run it. Now, the final attachments, the rear grip, like I said, you guys could switch this one out. I went with the hatched grip. You get 0 cons whatsoever, and you get +1 accuracy, so it's pretty good. I only put this because I did lose quite a bit of accuracy on this class, and I don't want it to be too low, so I did throw this on right here. And we also gained a lot of accuracy, so it does add up. It does help out a lot, so that's why I threw that right there. The final 2 attachments, the first one is going to be the proficiency, and that is sleight of hand. You want to reload this gun quick. It feels like it doesn't reload that fast, so definitely throw this on. And then for the kit, I put on fully loaded, so you can get the max starting ammo. You don't got to worry about picking up a scavenger and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to waste a perk slot and whatnot, so this is going to help you guys out in that regard, at least. But that's going to be it for the class setup, man. The AUTOMATON is insane. You guys definitely ought to use it. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are around here with those notifications turned on. And let me know down in the comments below, do you like this gun? What do you rate it? And if you did make it this far into the video, comment purple bananas just to mess with people. Like, only if you made it this far, go ahead and comment that. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.